This is where things go really bad. And I mean catastrophic. Doomsday is a nice analogy for what happened next, at least, you know, to my house and peace of mind. Now, everything seemed alright at first. After a short while, Jay goes, I need to use the facilities. And off he goes. We assume he's going to vomit, since he ingested so much of this ungodly liquid. And vomit he did. However, it turns out that it's been about half an hour since he went up to that toilet. And we think to ourselves, geez, he's been gone an awful long time. We should really go see if he's alright. He did ingest an awful lot of absinthe. So my friend trottles up to the toilet and says to him, through the door, "Good sir, are you all right?" He hears nothing but the sound of liquids escaping one's mouth in the reverse to drinking. However, as much as this is a sound we're all quite accustomed to from other various gatherings we had attended, it sounded just that little bit wrong. There was something off with the noise that he was producing. So, I was called to come and investigate myself. And investigate I did. I listened, and yes, it did sound a little odd. Finally, not being able to rouse any kind of response from Jay, I am forced to open the door to make sure he's still alive in there, because, you know, I really don't want a corpse on my toilet, or in my toilet. And lo and behold, yes, he was praying to the porcelain altar, if you will. However, he wasn't doing it in the same way we all do. He wasn't worshipping those blissful gods that empty your system of the vile liquids you've just ingested. No, he served a darker master. He was sitting upon the toilet, head pressed to the wall, vomiting constantly over the side. But the story doesn't end there. No. No. There is much more, and it gets worse. Now, my other friend helps me drag him out of there. Thankfully, we managed to get his pants on without seeing anything. We pull him out, and he collapses on the floor, and we can't really move him. We get a little worried, and thankfully we've had CPR training. And thank you, CPR training, neither of us got punched, because he walked over and shook his foot, not his hand or his face or upper body. Lo and behold, he took a swing, completely missed because he was down the other end of his body, and that let us know he was alive. This was a good thing, or so I thought. Now, the next thing that happened was that my friend, deciding that he had stopped vomiting, he hadn't vomited for a good 10 minutes, thought, we're not moving him tonight, we may as well get him a pillow, make him nice and comfortable. So he goes off and he gets his pillow, and he lifts his head and he puts the pillow under, and everything seems fine, until he vomits once again. Yes, he turns his head the moment it is upon the pillow, and vomits all over it. My friend is less than pleased. See, this was my roommate at the time, actually. So we decide, this isn't good, we need to do something, we need to sober this boy up. I really don't want to deal with a corpse. So we put him in the bathroom, let him do his thing, turn on the shower for him, close the door, let him be. And the shower runs for like an hour, and we get a little concerned. So, we have to go check on him in the shower. So, I think it was my good friend, my roommate, who had to check first. Sure enough, stark naked, lying unconscious on the shower floor. He manages to wake him up and get him alright under the shower again, still vomiting, thankfully down a drain this time. He comes out and is horrified at what he had been forced to see. Another hour passes. It's my turn this time to make sure he's still alive. And I witness the same horrors of his naked body covered in vomit and shower water. And it is an image I will never be rid of. And this continues back and forth throughout the night, until finally we drag his naked, wet, skinny white ass out of that shower, towel him since his clothes seem to have become some kind of intricate game that had become all too hard for him to master, and take him to a bed since he seemed to have run out of stomach contents to vomit. So we put him on the bed. He sprawls out, half naked, across my other friend who had chosen to fall asleep on the same bed. And we rest. We call his roommate, who comes in his car. We send him out the door, and somehow, between our door and the car door, he drops half a box of poker chips, which he had obtained somewhere between us dressing him and pushing him out the door, and also somehow managed to remove his boxers, which he was wearing, and drop them on the road. How he did this is beyond even him, and that is today's story. That is my run-in with the demon known as Absinthe. Catch you on the flip side. And people wonder why I don't drink alcohol anymore.